One of the important collections which we are discussing is nothing but set is one interface, and the implemented classes were has set, linked has set, and preset. When we should go for has set? What is the requirement that makes us to go towards has set? If duplicates are not allowed, and then random order or order is not preserved, order is not required, then we should go for has set. When we should go for linked has set? Duplicates are not allowed and order is preserved. Which order? Insertion order. If the requirement is this combination of duplicates are shouldn't be allowed and insertion order is required or preserved, then we should go for linked has set. When we should go for tree set? Duplicates are not allowed here also, and then so if you want some sorting order of default natural sorting order, it's nothing but ascending order. So we discussed comparable comparator. So when how to change from ascending order to descending order and all. The second interface which we discussed is nothing but list. When we should go for array list? The list is one interface, and the implemented classes were array list and also linked list. When we should go for array list? If duplicates should be allowed or not allowed? Duplicates are allowed in this, and followed by next one. If the most frequent operation is accessing the data, if the requirement is accessing data with duplicates are allowed, then we should go for accessing objects or data, both are fine. Then we should go for the array list. When we should go for linked list? Duplicates are allowed even here also, and then followed by what is the preferred? Add or removal or the frequent operations of objects, then we can go for the linked list. So this is about the second one, and in our PPT there is a point mentioned as array list are preferred and linked list are not preferred. With there is no reason there, it is not mentioned, I mean. So please understand the second requirement properly. Array list are preferred and the linked list are not preferred is given in that way, but array list are preferred if the required frequent operation is accessing the objects, and linked list is preferred if the frequent operation is add or removal of the objects. That clarity should have. And the last one which we discussed yesterday, map. Yeah. So the implemented class of this map interface: hash map, linked hash map, and then tree map. When we should go for hash map? We discussed, correct? We discussed or not? Yesterday we concluded with these points on. So hash map, when we should go for hash map? To store a key and value pairs, and where the duplicates are allowed or not allowed? Yeah, duplicate keys are allowed and duplicate values are, say it again, duplicate keys are not allowed and values can be duplicated. This is only for hash map or all these three? All these three as well. Then what is the order of the elements that they store here in hash map? Insertion order or random order? Hash map is a random order of key value pairs. When it comes to linked hash map, random order. Linked hash map with a internal data structure support is nothing but doubly linked list. Therefore, what it comes with? Insertion order. Tree map, default natural sorting order, that is ascending order. So these are the differences, or when we should go for what. So on these three interfaces, which cursor will work? Which cursor can be implemented on all these three implemented classes? Iterator is the interface which works on all these three. Correct? Then there is a special iterator which is for what kind of interface? List. Only for this list, there is a next interface. What is that? I mean iterator. So list iterator. So here iterator is the parent interface, and a list iterator is a child interface. Then when child is looking towards parent, when both are interfaces, how do we connect them? Which keyword? Implements or extends? Come on, extends. Because both are interfaces, both are classes, we go for the extends, and one is interface and one is class, then we'll go for the implements. And what is the major difference? In iterator, why iterator is not supported for linked list or array list? Yeah, okay. So iterator has a provision of only moving in one forward direction or one direction, that is not but forward direction. But array list and linked list supports index based operations. Therefore, it is required to traverse both forward and backward as well. That is why a special iterator called as list iterator, which will support only array list and also linked list. What is one more, some more differences if they ask? This is a parent interface. Iterator is a parent interface which can be applied on all the collections. And list iterator is a child interface which can be applied on only list. Next, internally, iterator has only three methods. What are those three methods? We know. While using iterator to print the collection data, we have used the two methods. What are those? All of you, please. Has next is one method. Next. Has next is one method, and to print elements, what is the next one? Next itself is a one more method, and then followed by one more is nothing but remove. These three methods which are present in the parent interface called as iterator interface. Yeah. Being a child, will it get the parent property or not? Yes. Therefore, list iterator will get the as next method, and also remove method. So along with these three, list iterator has its own 6 methods. What are those? We know some. So let me write first. Has previous. Next. Has previous is one method. Previous is one more method. We used all these two. Next. Previous index with I capital, camel casing standards, and next index is one more method, and then followed by set one object is one method. Set one object at a particular index position. Yeah, at second position add this object. Therefore, remaining will be shift forward, and same time we can add one element at a particular index position also. Yeah. So this is the difference between the iterator which supports only these three, and it cannot traverse forward backwards. For that, list iterator is a supporter. So with these 6 methods, total list iterator has 9 methods, and iterator has a 3 methods only. They are present in which package? Iterator and list iterator present in which package? These are present in util package. And also one more thing, in our document, it is mentioned like iterator can be used on only set and list. It is mentioned like that, and get it that corrected. Even iterator also can be applied on map as well. That's why I have represented the entire thing. Yeah. Set and list, and when it comes to map, null values are allowed. Hash map, null are allowed only once null as a value is allowed, and in linked hash map is also allowed only once, because duplicates are not allowed. So if at all we are trying to add one more time, previous value will be replaced. And what about this tree map? It is the same story of tree set as well. What is the condition? So as a single value as null or as only element of null is allowed till 1.6 version, till 1.6 version, and then from 1.7 version onwards, even adding null as a single element or independent also is not allowed or is not accepted. It's same as like preset conditions. With this information, we'll move to the corresponding generic class of this map interfaces. To understand this implemented classes of map, as we discussed already the points, so from the same package collection demo project, and inside this src, let me go for another package. I'll create some map example. So inside this package, first I'm taking a class. So to discuss about Hashmap, since it's a predefined class, we cannot take. So I'm adding something else. Demo is the word. Then including main method, click on finish. So please tell me the generic syntax of this Hashmap. All of you. All of you, please. Hashmap with H and M capital. Generic type. Yes. To understand this, let me go for some integer and then followed by let us store some name and number. Sorry, yeah, number and name. So for integer and then followed by string, I am taking to store the name kind of data. Next, hash map is the object variable hm, then followed by new hash map, same generic type. One is nothing but integer comma string. Can I change the order here? Not possible. Then default constructor semicolon. What is the import statement to be added? Import java dot util dot hash map. So here I use h small, so I'm wrong. Just a second. Again, shift key is not working. Yeah. So this is the syntax of a generic, and both key and value we call it as an entry, and these two are must be objects only. We cannot go for a primitive. Collections will not work with primitive. These two must be wrapper classes and also object type only. Yeah. So this integer is a wrapper class. String is a predefined class. Then how do we add the elements into this one? By using hm, which method? So is add method is present in which interface? Add method is present in which interface? Collection interface as a parent most. Is map is a child of collection? No. Therefore, those methods are not applicable here. So for this, to add the elements, we have a put method. So now you can say according to our generic type, what's the input here? Integer one key, then string one value. So first one is key and second is a value. Now it is present in string. So because we are adding it is take the current values. So I am adding one, then followed by corresponding string in double quotes, say James. Yeah. Next, I am using one more time hm dot put method, and inside this I am taking the second index number, the second key, and corresponding value as in double quotes, say Gosling. Next, third one again I am trying to add hm dot put off. I'll say 3, and then third one I'll go for Java. So these are the three values which I'm adding. So let me save and how do you print this one? System.out.println. So print the object variable hm. So let me save and execute by Control F11. What is the expected order? Can we predict or not? We cannot predict. Internally, it's a random order only. We may see that this is looking like insertion order, and 1 equals to James. This is the key, and this is the corresponding value. And again, next key and corresponding value, and next key and corresponding value. One difference from all our previous outputs is, so in which the representation is in which format? It's square or curly? So this is the curly braces. This is one difference. You may get this also first. Yeah. List and set will represent in the output format as in square brackets, but when it comes to map as a collection, if you are printing the object variable, not individual elements, then you get the output in this format. This also might be sometimes MCQ questions. They'll give the same output in square brackets, they'll give the same output in curly brackets. You have to choose the option correctly. So for this, you have to aware of this point as well. Now after this, I'll try to add one duplicate key. So hm dot put, and here I am using one of the previous things, say 3, and then followed by some other value, say map. So what has to happen? Previous values will be, so for example, for first 3 in the memory as a name and also corresponding integer, then if it is 1 and then James, and then 2 Gosling, then 3 Java. So this is the data which is there in the memory till this line number 10. After that, if you are adding one more, but what is the thing here? It's a duplicated key. Allowed or not allowed? Syntactically, it is allowed. So you can see we are not getting any compile time errors. Then what will happen? So for index number, for key 3, the corresponding value previously is Java. So because we are using a duplicated key, then previous value Java will be updated to map. Yeah. So this is the thing which will happen internally. When we take duplicate values, then previous values will be updated with a latest value. We don't get any compile time error, we don't get any runtime exception, but this is what will happen internally. So we will see this output, then we'll go for null values insertion. And can we take duplicate values? So for that also, let me take one example. So hm dot put off, I'll go for next index number called 4, and I'll take a previous value called as say James. It's exactly the same uppercase and lowercase letters. I'm matching it. Then after adding this duplicate value, let me once again print system.out.println hm. So save it, execute. So what happened previously? 3 Java, but later on updated to map. So we are not getting any compile time error, but we are seeing the difference in the corresponding data. And 4, what is the value of 1? James. What's the value of 4 as well? James. Duplicate values, any problem? No. 2 people can have a same name, but 2 people can't have a same mobile number kind of situation here. That is where duplicate keys values will be updated. Duplicate values, absolutely no problem. Am I going fast? Am I going fast? Then to understand the methods, can we get only keys? Can we get only values? It is possible. The corresponding methods which we have to understand. So this is one way. First approach is to print by using a print statement, regular print statement. Can we use for each loop here? Possible or not possible? Yes, on this also possible. And can we use iterators? Can we use list iterator? Can we use iterator? Yes. Can we use list iterator? No. List iterator is meant for only list, but not for the set and maps. So this is the first basic demo of this hash map. Then we'll go for the second one. Okay. So about null we didn't discuss, right? So let me add that. So about null. So I'm taking hm dot put method, and inside this first key I'm taking as null. Then value can be any other. I'm also going with value as null. Will it accept? Yes or no? You can see here. And can I take one more time? Control C, and I'll paste it once again. What will happen? If we print this object hm once again, what is the corresponding output? Only one null we can see, but the other time, yeah, you can see here. where this is added first. This proves that it's a random collection. Understood? So even though we are adding null at the last, after fourth index number, previous things were looking like 1, 2, 3, 4 in the serial order, but where this is null is added. So here null and null, one time it is allowed and the second time duplicate keys are not allowed. So previous null value only will be updated by again null. So that's what we are seeing the corresponding output. Because internal data structure support is hash table, so hash table will work on the internal hash algorithm. So therefore, we cannot predict the order of even this hash map as well because it's a supported data structure is hash table. For your information, you can just check with this. Did anybody knows hash code? Hash code is used to print the address. Anybody knows identity hash code? This also prints the address only. I recommend you to check this on string. Check this on string, modify string, again check this. You will see the strange outputs. Yeah. There you will understand clearly string objects without a declaration by using new keyword. Then they will be stored in a this segment of memory. String objects which are created without using new keyword will be stored in which segment of memory? String constant pool. String objects created by using new keyword will be created in heap segment of memory. Then create the same object with same spelling and same case sensitivity. And one you create by using without new keyword, one you create by using new keyword. Print hash code of one, print identity hash code of the same. For both, you will see the strange outputs. You will understand something internally. If you're not understanding, you can ask me in the next class. So this is nothing but hash code and identity hash code. Internal support is nothing but hash table. I don't go beyond this. Let us go for the next example. So in the same package, I'm going for a new class. This is nothing but a linked hash map. Since it's a predefined class, I'm going for a demo. The extra word with main method, click on finish. So inside this file, I'm importing first, say import java.util.linked-hashmap control space. I can use this. Then inside this file, within this class, I'll create the object for this linked hash map as a generic format once again. So linked hash map. Then this time, tell me a situation where a number, a person name and person mail ID, a person name and also a person mail ID to be stored in the proper order. Then can we use linked hash map there? Then what is the generic syntax for that? Person name and person mail ID. String, comma, string. So this is the generic part of this one. Then linked hash map LHM equals to new control space linked hash map, and here I'll give the generic type string comma string. Next, again, which method we have to use to add the elements? Which method? Put method only. So LHM dot put off. So this time I'm giving a name. Since it's a string in double quotes, I'll take a name as say James. In the corresponding mail IDs, I'm going for some dummy value abc@gmail.com. Next, second time, again the same thing. Let me take copy and the paste it. I'll go for second person name, and this time I'll go for DF. One more time. Let me go for the same. I'm going with the next different mail ID called GHI. Yeah. Two people can have same mail ID? Yes or no? But can two people have the same name? Yeah. Then this time what has to happen? This time what has to happen? Previous James mail ID will be updated with the next James mail ID. So for this we have to find the some alternate way of some adding some other extra keyword I'm adding. Then to see the output, system.out.println. So print linked hash map LHN. Then control F11. What is the order of output? Insertion order. So first we added James followed by Gosling, then Rom, and again James with a different mail ID. So this is the regular output which we get as a insertion order. Just to cross verify this insertion order, again at the starting, I'm going for one more value here. So I'll go for some name and here some mail ID. Now, what should be the expected output? Which should be the first one? Key value pair. So Satish, right? So let me save this one. Let me execute. So we got this first. Then followed by the same order, James, again, then Gosling, then Rom and James. So this is an example of simplest example of linked hash map. Then can we remove a particular mail ID? Can we remove a value? Yes or no? How to remove a particular value? For example, I don't want this jkl@gmail.com. This value I don't want. Can we remove? Understand the question? Can we remove a particular key's value? Is my question. If I remove only jkl@gmail.com, then this James K contains what value there? Null value? No, it is not possible to remove a particular value here. So if at all you want to remove the value, then by using this key only we have to remove this key. If we remove key, by default the corresponding value will be removed from the memory, but we cannot remove a particular value. We can access a value, we can access a key, but we cannot remove a particular value there. So for that we can remove a particular key. So what's the expert method name? To remove. Can we use that to remove? You can see here, remove object key, then remove object key and value. You can give both or you can give only key, but only value you cannot find in remove. There are two methods on remove. Let me also write, yeah, you can see now. Remove object key and then remove object key comma object value. Means we can give both key and value or we can give only key, but there is no option of giving only value. That doesn't make any sense. That's why I'm going for this remove. And what's the key? James, then space capital K. So this is the key which is there. So since it's supposed to be in double quotes. So let me save it. So already print statement is there. So now what is our expected output? One James K value should be removed from this list. So the last one you can see here, it is only this round. And even for this linked hash map also, let me take one more example of null. So LHM dot put method. And again here I'm trying to add null as a key. Then value can be null or some other value, doesn't matter. Here also I'm going for null. Will it be accepted? Can we see the output? So here where we are adding at the last. You can see here at the last. So for hash map, we got this null addition, even though we have added at the last, but we got the output as the first. But when it comes to linked hash map, even though we are adding at the last and we are seeing the output also at the last key value pair only. That's a proof of insertion order. Clear or anybody any questions so far in hash map demo? and also linked hash map demo.